Hey guys, El here, welcome back to some more Trails of Cold Steel 3. It is time to go up here and talk to Osborn and everyone else and possibly learn about his plans. As maybe he'll tell his son, possibly.
It is a great honor to have been invited here.
This on top of what you did for us following the Northern War. I can't even begin to properly show my gratitude.
Raise your heads, both of you. I've already pardoned you for what happened in the Civil War. Given how much you've contributed since then, there's no need to revisit the past. Wouldn't you agree, Marquis High Arms?
Wholeheartedly. The Civil War was a product of the four great houses. Personally, I feel I'm the one who deserves to be locked away for a while.
No more of that talk from you either. Were you to be detained, half the Empire would cease functioning. Had Lord Ragnar been here in Heimdall, I would have loved for him to join us tonight.
As would I. Perhaps we should schedule a meeting with him soon.
That aside, I hear both of you played a very active role during the events in La Mer. You faced the Blazing Demon Brigadier General while the General here went toe-to-toe with the Steel Maiden. Ha, you heard correctly. But that monster is said to be a match for even a Radiant Blade Master. But the best I could do was hold him off. I will say that battle was a very rare and valuable experience, though I'd also be very interested in seeing your 104 military combat techniques. Ha ha. Ha, that certainly takes me back, but I feel those days are behind me. Ha, if Van Dyke is yet old enough to retire from the front lines, then you certainly aren't either. Not to mention Victor, Mateus, and Zex. Perhaps this is a bit childish of me, but given all of Erebodia's famed swordsmen, I can't help but wonder which is greatest among them. I hear Liberal has held swordsmanship tournaments before. Were our fighters to participate, it would undoubtedly be quite the spectacle. Oliver tells me if foreigners were welcome to join. If the opportunity presents itself, I'd love to take part. My, I fear I may have awakened a sleeping tiger. I don't think I should interrupt this conversation. Oh well, it looks like I'll look for another opportunity. A Principal Gwyn sure is something. She doesn't hold herself back at all, even when talking to him. But of course. Okay, so who do I talk to now if I don't talk to him? I've talked to everyone. Oh, just walk forward. There are even more people now. I should wait it out a bit longer. Oh, come on! I have to re-talk to everyone again. Yeah, this is the end of the game, alright. Well, hello there, Marquis. It's been a while, eh? A little over a year, if I'm remembering right. Ah, yes, we last spoke when the province was having those flooding issues. The dam you oversaw construction of has been working excellently. It's already gone a long way towards improving the livelihood of our local farmers. I'm glad to hear it. It's a good thing we were able to proceed with the project free of my demon daughter's influence. My, Master Gwyn. Well, the German has been a great help to us too, in her own way. And you must be sharing. I hear your efforts were indispensable in helping us expand St. Ark's airport. Celestine was truly grateful for the assistance. Oh, I was only working in Cheminuti in her stead. Besides, Mr. Celestine's finesse in getting permission from the railways was just as important. Oh, that reminds me, didn't you work with Celestine at the main campus last year? A super butler and a super maid working shoulder to shoulder, and maybe the two of them press more than that together. Oh my. Well, he's 30 years old now, and he's like a son to me. I'd be happy to discuss arrangements between the two. Oh my, no, it would be far too great an honor for me, especially because I'm Intervene Schwarzer. Well, they're having fun. I'm surprised by how many people at the Rhinefords know. I guess it makes sense, though, given how big their company is. That it does. Wait, I can... Okay. Arvine, it's good to see you again. I hear you've been working more with miracles in the other provinces just as you did in Sutherland. It wasn't just me. I had help from a huge number of people. I saw you speak with the Emperor and the Chancellor earlier. Ah yes, I saw General Le Guin and Brigadier General Badius heading to present themselves, and I couldn't help but be nosy and go stand with them. I wouldn't call it nosiness. You have a genuine concern for others. That's what we need in times like these. By the way, is Celestin here with you? Ah, he's with my oldest son at the Party City Hall and is hosting. I hope he's been helpful to those of you at the branch campus. Helpful? If I started to list off everything he's done for us, we'd be here all night. That we definitely would. Wow, so that was when you and Brigadier General Badius first met. I'm sure your little duel ended up wrecking everything around you for a whole surge. Well, duels are an excellent way to deepen one's bonds. Ah, that is true, isn't it, Fee? Now that you mention it, I guess so, yeah. Taking a trip down memory lane, I see. Yes, we were listening to Countess Le Guin's tales from when she was a student. After the school year began, she took control of the fencing club and declared war on all of the other clubs. She beat the swimming club in the swimming race and the chess club at chess. Any club that lost to her had to join the fencing club, oh god. Finally, she challenged Brigadier General Badius, the president of the riding club, to a jousting match. I don't even know where to start with that. I didn't know General Badius went to Thor's too. The match went on for 2 hours without a winner. It finally ended in a draw when we each knocked the other off our horses simultaneously. It was that moment that Wallace became an important person to me. He is my right hand and my comrade, a rival and a partner. As a fellow swordsman, woman, I'm jealous of you. Having someone like that would be incredible. Someone who's a nemesis, but also a friend. I think I get it. Since we have the chance, I'd like to hear your stories too. I've wondered about Laura, but I'm sure your history is just as fascinating. Have you by chance met the leader of the Red Constellation, perhaps the War God, or maybe an S-rank bracer? I've seen the War God's successor, but I haven't met any of the S-rank bracers yet. Well, it's understandable. There are only a small handful of them on the entire continent after all. They're really getting into the conversation now. I shouldn't be surprised that Aurelia already knew Laura, and I think she'll get along great with Fee too. That she would. Alright. Who's over here? Prince Cedric, it's been far too long. You're right, it's been a few years, hasn't it, Patrick? And you're Ash, right? I think this is the first time we've spoken one-on-one like this. Yeah, I guess so. We had our problems, but I can't say I don't like your style. Every time we run into you, you say some shit that really stirs things up. My word, have you forgotten this is the Crown Prince? Show him some respect. He's right, Ash. Well, if it isn't Reen again. Don't worry about Ash. I'm glad for the chance to just be able to talk like this with someone my own age. Hear that? I got the okay straight from the Imperial family. Even so, you still need to be more respectful. Like I said, don't worry, it's fine. Anyway, I assume you're here to give me your reply about your upcoming dance with my sister. What did you just say? For real? It was a last-minute sort of thing. So the rumors were true after all. Well, no matter. If you're dancing with the princess, then I'll be able to dance with Elise. Oh no! He still wants Elise. Patty cakes. I think you're drawing the line here a little bit too thin. Dance with Elise. What exactly makes you think you can do that? Why do you always make that same terrifying smile? Oh, well, he'll be dancing with the Princess and Elise. I love it. Thank you for all the equipment you provided to the branch campus, Chairman Arena. Elise has been such a big help too. We really can't thank the RF company enough. Well, my daughter aside, the reports you've been sending us, you have been just as helpful. And Emma, I'd like to thank you for all the data you provided us on the Orbital staff. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Thank you for letting me use it. There really is a lot of talent here at this party tonight. If either of you have any complaints about your current position, just let me know. I'll have positions at RF worthy of your talents prepared in an instant. It's so nice of you to offer, but I'm happy where I am right now. Yes, so am I. Looks like she's still in recruitment mode. Of course she is. Why wouldn't she be in recruitment mode? Anyone? Yep. I think I finally met with everyone I needed to. I'm glad you can take a little rest for now. It must be tough being head of one of the 4 great houses. Why do you even need to do all that boring stuff? Just let loose. This is supposed to be a party. It's not that simple. Were I to just let loose here, it would create problems in the future. I will do everything I can to fulfill my duty as head of the Alberea family. Hey now, if you're about to get any more fur out, your head's gonna crack like an egg. Let me give you a face massage. I'll get you nice and unfurled in no time. No, you won't. Why does this sort of thing always happen with you? You even realize the problem is that would cause here besides you're a young lady now, so. Gonna get ya. Oh, you too. You guys sure are having fun. These two never change, do they? But what's wrong? Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but does it seem like Eustace and Millie are always together these days? You think maybe? Quit taking on me like that. Nope. Scratch that thought. Yeah. I'd say they're more like a brother and sister that get along really well. I'm coming from you, Reed. I'm not quite sure how to take that. Well, yeah, Reed is obsessed with his little sister. So much so that he will not let any guy near her. I mean, she doesn't want just any guy, she wants him, so it's fine, but still true. Now you're gonna mention me dancing with your daughter? It's an honor to be able to speak with you, Your Highness. My name is Muse Ikurit. I apologize for not being able to meet with you before now. Well, that's not quite true. I remember you visiting the palace about 13 years ago when your parents were still alive. The two of us first met back then. That was when you first met Alphen, too. I remember the two of you playing and laughing. I had no idea. Now that you mention it, I have a few fuzzy memories. I think I was about 4 at the time, so she must have been 3. At the time, I never would have guessed what was going to happen to your parents. These words may be far too late, but my heart goes out to you for your loss. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words. I guess this is the first time they were able to talk like this. But if her parents came to visit the palace, that must mean... Oh? Introducing yourself to the Empress Muse. Why yes, I've lived in Heimdall for some time now, but I never had the chance to speak with her. I'm glad I was able to put one of my regrets to rest. I'm sorry it took so long, Muse. Mother had actually been asking me to set up a meeting with you for a little while, but with everything that happened. I'm glad the two of you were finally able to speak, though. Thank you, Alphen. I guess Muse's circumstances are more complicated than I thought, but I'm glad to hear that she has the Empress and Princess Alphen looking out for her. Oh, it's so instructive, Ian. Are there any truths to the rumor you'll be dancing with the princess later this evening? Okay, thank you. Muse is the one that brings it up. And with Alfred just standing right here. I suppose Cedric has been pleading for that, but... Well, I did ask that before. I'm sure now it would be a bit difficult for you to accept Reed. I explained things to Cedric, so everything should be fine and... Is it still happening regardless? I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding, but... Reed told them about the conversation he'd had with Cedric earlier regarding the dance. He did what? Is he still going ahead with this behind my back? I suppose it's been set in stone little by little. I'm sure the two of you will look great together, but I can't help but feel a little jealous. And poor Elise. Yes, that's what's been bothering me most. What does Elise have to do with this? Oh, you're such a dunce when it comes to your sister. What? What? Anyway, Muse, please lend me your help. Wait, is she gonna try to string things along to where it ends up being Elise and Rean dancing together? I'm sure the insidious mind of yours can come up with a plan. That's quite a way to ask for help, but I accept. After all, how can I say no to helping both Elise and my dearest instructor? Yep. They're gonna have him and dance with his sister instead. To help Elise out. They've gone off in their own little world. I should start mentally preparing for the dance. Yeah. Or who knows? He could first dance with Alphen, then again, as I was talking with Patty Cakes before, I jokingly said that he's gonna dance with Elise as well. That actually might become reality. I had heard Muse was one of your students. I'm truly happy I was able to get the chance to speak with her. I'm not too familiar with everything that's happening over in Lemaire. I get the feeling she has some complicated circumstances there. I'm sure she'll be able to tell you about it eventually, one way or another. We seem to be surrounded by so many tragic stories, such as Oliver's past. The way he lost his mother was truly heartbreaking. I've heard a few rumors, like how she was born a commoner. Yes, she was the one of the Emperor was truly in love with. I remember it vividly, and I was a humble maid back then. They lived far from Heimdall, and he was always trying to find ways to get her to live in the palace with him. Is it okay for me to be hearing about this? Oh, it's fine. Nearly everyone here at the palace knows already. However, after she passed, he accepted the throne and ended up choosing someone from a small noble family to be his wife. Me. We went through some troubles, but eventually Oliver began living with us, and I was blessed with my daughter and son. His Majesty has given Alphen and Cedric his whole heart as their father, but... I'm sorry, I shouldn't be discussing such things. No, it's fine. Prince Oliver is at the Party City Hall is hosting tonight, right? Yes, he's there representing the Imperial family. I hope things will begin to change for the better here in the palace, and for the Vander family too. Yes, I hope for that too. Alright. Kurt, Marcus, and Fritz. Marcus, Kurt, and Fritz, what are you three talking about? We're discussing chess. Would you care to join in? That makes sense now that I think about it. I had no idea Marcus was also in chess club. To have entered that tournament, he must have been really skilled. Oh, you were in a tournament? Yeah, there was an amateur chess tournament going on the other day. I happened to have the day off, so I figured it might be fun. But I ended up losing in the semifinals. Oh wow, even getting to the semifinals is impressive on its own. I agree, even though it was for amateurs, the people who place high in those tournaments are often just as good as some pros. Would you mind telling us more about it? Sure thing. It's always nice seeing people bond over shared hobbies. Although I have no love for chess, seeing as how ain't my cup of tea. Hello, you two. You seem to be like you're talking about something interesting. We were in the middle of discussing military technology in recent years. There's no stopping the march of progress. We've got weapons today that people couldn't even have dreamed of just a decade ago. That's true. Painted soldiers, those colossal archaisms, even the railway cannons. Not to mention certain countries almost have fully functioning orbital networks. Soon enough, we might even get to the point where even braces will need to know how to use an orbital terminal. Huh. If you can't use an orbital terminal, then the future will be bleak for you. How do you mean? Technological advancements in recent years are due to the development of high-level orbital arithmetic logic units. The orbital network works to connect those as more and more linked possibilities become endless. This new technology is far more advanced than anything that came before it. In fact, I'd go so far as to say we're living through the second orbital revolution. No kidding. If you're saying this, If you're saying this is happening as we speak, then... Now this sounds like quite a fascinating little chat. Huh. Oh. Hey there, Lecter, so there you are. Yeah, I was off doing a few patrols at a place. Seems like the palace is secure, though. Huh, all that walking really worked me up an appetite. I'm about to be all over this buffet, but by the time I'm done, it'll probably all be all over for me. But with the way you act, no one would ever know you're a major. Oh yeah, how's progress on those Randas, Professor? Right, those were the battle ornaments the Calvadian agents were using. Huh, don't be impatient, I've only just begun the analysis. From my first look at them, though, I can tell they're excellently made. Their most noteworthy quality so far as they will only function when activated by their owners. Thus far, all we've gotten from our analysis has been reams of junk data. Well, maybe they use the unique qualities of each person's spirit as a kind of key. And a person's spirit is definitely something you can't just crank out a copy of. Could be they've got a completely secure system, probably called Spirit Code or something like that. How did you know all of this? I don't know a thing, I'm just pulling all this from the usual place. Those were all just guesses. You need to give logical explanations to support your hypothesis. Lecter was telling me about his intuition earlier today, but... Sheesh, these two. Yep, like a bucket of vinegar and a pile of baking soda. This'll probably go on for a while, so let's just let them fight it out. I don't know if that's the best option. Okay. Alisa, Elise, and Ada. Excuse me, are you Miss Elisa Reinford of the RF group? You're one of the members of the Class 7, right? The ones who saved Cedric's life in the Civil War. And now you're director of the 4th Development Division. I saw the interview you had with the Imperial Chronicle. It was so inspiring. My name's Ada Grant, and I'm from Class 1 at Thor's main campus. And it's really an honor to meet you. Oh, that's really flattering. Thank you. I'm happy to meet you too, Ada. I think you might be overselling me a bit, though. There's no need to be modest, Elisa. You really are an incredible woman. Exactly, it's one of my goals to be even half as lovely and skilled as you are. Wow. Well, from what I hear, you're pretty skilled already. You got 2nd place in the midterm exams out of both Thor's campuses combined, right? Those are just grades. When I think about everything you and your class accomplished, scoring high on a test seems so insignificant. Nonsense, you shouldn't ever devalue your own hard work. Hey, maybe you should come work for me after you graduate. Just kidding. Oh, I think you stunned her into silence. So sorry. I still haven't decided what to do after I graduate. Don't stress over it. Just keep it in mind as one of your potential choices. Man, she's recruiting for the RF company just like her mother. Oh god. I will, thank you so much. Looks like Elise is in recruitment mode too. I'll say Ada seems to know a lot about Class 7. I wonder if that's the reason she enrolled at Thor's in the first place. I mean, it could be. Because of the reconstructing of the main campuses here, we students are being strongly encouraged to get jobs with the military government. I've been agonizing over what I should do even before I enrolled in Thor's. I actually considered going to St. Estrella at one point. You don't say. Yes, I knew Princess Elfin was attending the school, and I thought that I might be able to find a path to follow there. But then I heard about the heroic group of students from Thor's fighting in the Civil War. That's what led to my decision. I'm happy to hear we were able to inspire you like that. Now she can carry on the Thor's spirit just like you did. I suppose no matter which school you ended up choosing, you would have been able to meet someone from the Imperial family. I almost wish we could have gone to school together. But of course, we can still be friends now. I look forward to seeing you more in the future, Ada. Yes, so do I. She may not be related to Instructor Rean by blood, but she's just as wonderful a person as he is. Oh my. You see me that highly, Ada? Alright. Maybe I'll have to add you to the list of category. List of a potential, yeah. You know, the whole swimming in the ocean of girls that Rean is apparently in right now. Is everything alright? No. Yes, sorry, it's nothing. It looks to me like you're still agonizing over what to do after graduation. No, it was something else, I mean. I'm happy to see the three of them getting along so well. You know, I'm still surprised that Jingo was the only one that called Rean out for, you know, listening in on their conversation. Meanwhile, no one else calls Rean out for listening in on their conversation. Alright. I completely forgot that I had Altina in her wetsuit. There you are, Yuna and Altina. Talk with Major Claire, I see. Instructor. Well, hello there. You've been bouncing between all the different chats the whole night, Instructor. Well, a chance to talk with all these different people doesn't come often. I need to make the most of it. I remember that Yuna knew Claire from before, but had you met her before the start of the school year, Altina? Yeah, she often looked after Millie and me when we went on joint missions. We haven't had a good chance to talk with each other like this since back when I was still at the police academy. She really helped me out a lot back then. Yuna, it was nothing. What precisely did the Major help with? If you're comfortable sharing it with us, that is. Oh, huh? Well, it's old news by now, but it happened at the end of last year. After Lloyd was branded a criminal, I started protesting to the military police headquarters. But the new head of the department was from Annaboni, and he revoked all the academic credits I'd gained. For protesting, could he even do that? Such actions were both beyond his rights and unfounded. Precisely, I felt it was completely uncalled for, so I stepped in. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get all her units back. But we managed to get about half of them reinstated. And we reached an agreement where I'd be able to get the other half back by attending a different school. Now I see. Yeah, so that's how you ended up at the branch campus. Correct, I thought it would benefit her more than simply retaking the same classes at the military police academy. I knew Class 7 was going to be formed, so I recommended her to the branch campus. Wow, I had no idea. I was pretty ticked off at the time, but now I feel like everything worked out for the best. If I had continued on at the police academy and joined the military police, I probably would have exploded from stress. But I don't think this means I was happy to be in your class or anything. Okay, you are blushing and you're completely lying right now. You've enjoyed being in this class. Especially after what happened with Crossbell. Oh yeah, that's a shame. What does this mean? You're going to leave us once you get to your units? Oh. Well. After going through all that to get here, there's no way I'm going to just up and leave you guys. There are so many things I want to do here now, and besides I need to stick around to look after you, Allie. Well, as far as schoolwork is concerned, I'm the one who looks after you. I'm glad you found such a good place for yourself, Yuna. I wouldn't doubt if Altina is the one that helps Yuna with schoolwork. Well, that's hilarious. I didn't expect I'd get the chance to speak with you, Brigadier General. The Black Whirlwind of Sutherland himself. The last time I saw you was in the battlefield of the Civil War. Good to see you again too, General. It was a real shame the Infernal Castle got in our way. I would have liked the chance to test myself against the legendary 4th Armored Division. It would have been an honor to even slow you down. Ha! Quit your joking. Between your prowess piloting a Santa soldier and your spear skills, you'd have done a lot more than just slowed us down. Those Nord spear techniques are really something else. Are you trained in them as well by any chance? Why, yes I am. Though I hear the skills of the Bardius family are even more polished. It's thanks to my family. Having lived in Erebonia so long, we've incorporated certain aspects of Imperial Spear techniques into our style. We've got a bit of Sladen style, the Vander style, and even a few techniques from the Eisenreiter mixed in. I'm actually a little jealous that the pure Nord style you use. Well, to be honest, my style isn't completely Nord these days. All these talk of styles, I only ever trained in 100 form military combat they taught us at the military academy. I'm jealous of the both of you for being able to discuss martial arts with such depth. You're a master of combat in your own way, General. Speaking of the military combat style, I hear it's been going through a number of changes lately to account for Panzer soldats. I'm sure your right-hand man is quite the pilot. Neidhart, he is one of the best, of course. But even then, I doubt even he'd be a match for you, Brigadier General. Maybe General Van Dyke would be a better sparring partner. I think I'll leave him to Lady Aurelia. Of course. Looking at them now, you wouldn't know those two met on the battlefield at the end of the Civil War. Now that I think of it, Gaius is acquainted with both of them. He knows General Craig through Elliot, and from what I've heard, Gaius and Brigadier General Bardius were both tied to traveling, I accidentally hit the button. Whoops. Okay. Yet again. Now we gotta head back up to Osborne. And so the party continued with Rean never getting an opening to talk with the Chancellor. With the party in full swing, people began gathering in the center of the garden, and I wish I would have saved the game before walking up. Oh well.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. To start us off, my sister Alphin will have the first dance. The way I hear it, people all across the Empire have been awaiting this moment for years. Like me, she is now 17 years old, and this dance will serve as her debut into high society. Her first dance partner shall be a certain instructor at Thor's Military Academy, none other than the Ashen Chevalier, Rean Schwarzer.
What if it actually wasn't Rean, though, and you called him out for nothing?
So then he's the princess's...
I hear he's only the son of a baron, but I suppose it's okay these days.
Okay, whoever just said that, I hate your guts.
He seems to carry himself well. Sure enough.
Yep.
Yeah, there have been rumors going around like wildfire.
It's a huge honor, I guess.
Yes,
Boy, Lisa.
he shall be the princess's first.
Oh my.
Sounds dirty when you put it that way.
No kidding.
Fee?
Classy, guys.
Always classy. Altina's
He
jealous.
was drowning in fame before, and now everyone's talking like him and the princess are already married.
Yeah, seems like everyone's reading way too much into this.
Well, to some degree, yes.
However will this play out, I wonder?
Oh, you already know.
I suppose this is...
Because you and Alfin have already, come up with a little special evil plan to get Elise to dance with her brother. Oh my, Alfin.
To tell the truth, I'm actually already acquainted with Mr. Rean Schwarzer. He's the older brother of my dearest friend. Allow me to introduce Elise Schwarzer. She is the Student Council President at St. Estrella Girls' School. Princess?
Yep.
And she will be making her debut into high society alongside me tonight. Rean will choose which of us he dances with.
No way. No way. Oh, you cannot. Okay, there's no way they'll actually give me the choice. Veen will have to do it himself.
Whoever he chooses, there will be no hard feelings.
Oh, please, you want him to choose Elise.
Very well played, Princess.
Aw, what an adorable workaround.
Yep.
She really is something else.
Princess!
You're a real lifesaver. I will respectfully take both the hand of my sister and her best friend, the princess. It might be a bit unorthodox, but please, allow us Schwarzer siblings to have the first dance.
Yeah! Now it's Alphen's time. At least I didn't have to choose. That would have sucked.
I wonder whose idea this was.
My word. Can one man truly be this lucky?
Lucky enough to dodge that bullet, you mean?
Yes. Had he danced with the princess first, the whole city would be planning their honeymoon by now. However, since he and his sister danced first, that ship has sailed, as it were.
Oh, Alphen.
That Ashen Chevalier is certainly quite the man. Wouldn't you agree?
You can thank Baron Schwarzer for raising him that way.
Now, all you young people here with us, follow their lead and enjoy yourselves. The summer festival's blue moon shines on us this night. I am certain the spirits are especially riled. So, let us give them a show.
I can't believe it's already been 38 minutes. This game is going by way too quickly. Wow, Eustace is dancing with Milliam. Maki is with Emma. Kurt is dancing with Yuna. Ash and Muse. Oh, jeez. Hey, Veen is with Altina. And Patty Cakes is dancing with my sister. How dare he? Oh my, now Sharon? Wait, why is Elisa... Wait, why did Sharon get to dance with him before Elisa? Wow. Now Yuna. Wait.
My apologies for arriving so late.
Did Elisa not dance with him at all?
Rufus.
If so, that's kind of sad.
So good to see you.
Is that Governor General Rufus?
Yes, it is.
I didn't know he was coming.
It seems you've stolen the spotlight all to yourself.
To tell the truth, I was at a party held by the Imperial Household Agency. I wish to greet His Highness Olivert, Governor Regnitz, Lord Ragnar, and Viscount Arcade before making my way here.
I see.
Thank you for your courtesy.
The night is yet young, and the party has only just begun. Bring out more food and drinks. Please continue to enjoy yourselves, by all means.
But no, seriously, did Veen actually not dance with Elisa at all? Even though she was the main love interest? Wow.
Eustace, come with me. Let us catch up, my dear brother. Machias, Elisa, Elliot, and Laura as well. Join us. I'm sure we've much to talk about.
In that case, I shall call upon Ms. Valestein and Ms. Herschel. Come, allow me to introduce you to the Empress.
What's this about all of a sudden?
I don't know. But there's no way we can refuse.
Why just us, though? Does it have something to do with our families?
Possibly.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
May as well get going then.
I suppose I'll go.
I wonder what they're talking about.
Think we should follow?
Yeah.
Reen!
Oh, Claire!
What's wrong?
Well, this may come as a surprise, but a certain someone would like to speak with you.
You mean...
The someone who just left, perhaps?
Understood. I'll be going, everyone.
Yes. Good luck.
Try not to be too nervous.
It'll be fine.
Reem? Instructor?
Huh.
Just go straight to the end of the hall, then make a right.
Okay. Straight to the end of the hall and make a right, huh? I haven't done this in a while. Might as well. End of the hall, make a right.
There's the back room.
Yes, let's go.
And here we go. Greetings. His Majesty is waiting. Please enter. Speak with the Emperor.
Sir Reen Schwarzer has arrived.
Very good. See him in.
Thanks for leading me, Claire. Here's the Emperor.
I apologize for calling you here like this, Instructor Schwarzer.
No, it's an honor to have an audience with the Emperor.
At least it ain't Osborne.
Your dances with your sister and Alphen were a sight to behold. Your skills as a lead were just as impressive as the rumor suggested. I'm sure my daughter was very happy.
Well...
I'm only joking. You've helped out Oliver numerous times. You've rescued Alphen twice, and you saved Cedric's life at the end of the Civil War. My entire family is grateful for everything you and the rest of Class 7 has done. As the Awakener of the Ashen Knight, the very same one my ancestor once piloted, you have saved many lives and averted many crises.
So you knew the truth about Emperor Dreikels?
Yes, indeed. As well as the relationship between the Chancellor and yourself.
You know that, too?
Yes, I figured it out somewhere along the way. When I asked, the Chancellor didn't deny it, so I took that to mean my suspicions were correct. He and I have much in common. Both of us have lost loved ones to the foolish schemes of others.
I've heard about the Chancellor, but Your Highness?
It happened long ago. Have you perhaps heard anything regarding Olivert's birth mother?
Yeah?
I may have heard a rumor once. Apparently she was a commoner, but she passed away tragically.
The two of us rolled at Thor's in the same year. She was a commoner, but her intelligence, grace, and bright smile were anything but common. We'd fight at times, but eventually we fell in love. Though both of us were young, we became involved with each other. She ended up dropping out of school and returning to her hometown. Then, sometime later, I found she had given birth to a boy. That boy was Olivert. Wait, so is he actually your son? Like, legitimately? I was still crown prince at the time. I wanted to make her my empress, but she refused. I was at least able to send one of the Vanders to guard her. My father and the lords of the four great houses had been pestering me to get married for years, but I had held out hope she'd change her mind. However, when my father fell ill, a group of Jaegers seeking favor with one of the four great houses attacked her and Olivert. The eldest son of the Vander family managed to save Olivert, but she lost her life. My father passed on, I had lost her. I welcomed Olivert as one of the one ray of light left in my life and officially announced he was my son. Shortly thereafter, I married to ensure this tragedy would not repeat itself. She was the daughter of a small noble family working as a maid. Priscilla accepted my courtship, despite knowing that my heart still belonged to my first love. Oliver seemed intent on walling himself off from everyone in the palace, but Priscilla was able to get him to open up. He finally accepted me as his father, and when the twins were born, he was just as happy as the rest of us, if not more so. And so that is the messy history of the current Imperial family.
I had no idea, but are you sure it's all right to tell me all this?
It's no great secret. Most of the larger noble families already know. But my point is this: both the Chancellor and I lost loved ones, but our sons yet live. Certainly a unique point of commonality, wouldn't you say?
That's true. Is that why you appointed him as Imperial Chancellor?
It's true that I felt an affinity with him. However, the most important factor was his negotiation of the ceasefire with Liberl. The events of Hamel wounded my heart deeply, but I knew I could not allow them to be made public. He managed to get both the four great houses and Liberl to concede to his terms and put the 100 Days' War to an end. And so rose the first common-born Imperial Chancellor.
Now I understand. But in the 13 years since he became Chancellor, a lot has changed. The nobles have lost power, while he's only gotten stronger. And he's using that power to steer Erebonia in a dangerous direction. With all due respect, I don't think it's right to sit back and let him continue.
I understand your concern. Olivert's as well. Olivert is more concerned for his brother and sister's futures than anyone. In that respect, he sees the Chancellor as a bigger threat than the nobles do. However, things are not so simple. Regarding myself and the Chancellor, tragedies like Hamel, at times, this nation will make the most tragically foolish decisions. During the War of the Lions, the brothers of the royal family spilled each other's blood and pulled the nation into their feud. The history of Erebonia is smeared with blood and alight with flames, more than any other country.
He's right. Deception is an important tool in politics and war, but the thought of killing your own people as an excuse to invade another country.
As a teacher of history, I'm sure you have your own thoughts on this matter. So tell me, do you know the people of Erebonia to have a cruel temperament?
No. The people of Erebonia are sincere and value honor and pride. They think highly of martial skill, but know it is a virtue to use it only when absolutely necessary. The incidents you spoke of, it's almost as though a devil had been whispering in their ear.
Yeah, Osborne.
Precisely. There is something in Erebonia, something which bends people's minds and steers them toward chaos. Perhaps it could be called a curse, one that has been with us since the founding of this nation. If you've read the Black Records, you may have some idea what I speak of.
The Black Records?
It would seem the Church is seeking them out, but the original writings are in the Imperial family's possession. Only those who succeed the throne are permitted to read them. They are records of the truth of this nation's history, and a prophecy of its future. An inevitable future, no doubt. I'm certain any attempts to avoid it will only cause things to become further warped and twisted. That is one of the reasons I am not putting a stop to the Chancellor's actions.
Sure, I don't know all the details, but both the Chancellor and His Highness understand the situation fully. Yet they...
And so, I plan to not avert my eyes and watch to the end.
Huh?
As the ruler of Erebonia, the empire mired in darkness and founded under a curse, I shall watch my sons, the Crimson Wings, the new light of the nobility, and Class 7, both old and new, to see if any of them can overcome the iron will of the Chancellor and light the way to a new path for this nation.
So what you're saying again is that he's going to be the final boss of the 4th game.
I promise to give everything I have to find this new path. not just as a member of Class 7, but on behalf of Thor's Military Academy and all its students and graduates.
You're aware that would include both myself and the Chancellor, yes? But all the same, well said.
So you're gonna give him access to the Black Records if he marries Elfin.
Welcome back. I'm not sure what you two spoke about, but I trust it was well worth the time.
Yes, most definitely.
Precisely. There is something in Erebonia. Something which bends people's minds and steers them toward chaos.
Rean.
It's nothing. Major, can I ask you something?
Finished with your chat?
Dang it, Osborne!
Your Excellency.
It would appear you want no need to speak with me about something. I can't take too much time out of my schedule, but I have a room prepared. Shall we?
Finally!
Yes, let's go.
Wait, you're just instantly bringing me there? Man, this is gonna be serious, isn't it? Ash?
Where are you headed, Ash?
I gotta take a piss. Wanna join me?
I think I'll pass. But let me say this. Don't so much as think about sneaking out.
Oh, it's not gonna be sneaking out, he'll be sneaking
I
in.
admit it's a bit nerve-wracking, but this truly is a special event. We should all enjoy it together as Class 7.
Who would have guessed the pretty boy was just as big of a nag as that wild filly? Maybe somewhere along the line, I let those guys get to me.
Oh, is something the matter, sir?
Ah, you got caught.
Oh, yeah, I was just on my way back from the bathroom, but I noticed something strange.
Something strange, sir?
Yeah, it's just around the corner here.
You gonna knock him out?
I believe this will be the first time we've been able to speak one-on-one like this. Since, of course, that day 14 years ago.
His Majesty told me. General Craig, too.
So I've heard. His Majesty knows the truth of my circumstances, more or less. Craig and Van Dyke, on the other hand, only know the facts that float on the surface. They remain in the dark as to what truly happened to Brigadier General Gileath Osborne.
Then will you tell me? What happened 14 years ago? Why did you leave me? Why did you leave your son? Why did you become a completely different person? You trampled over everything in your way, robbed the people of their pride and independence, and planted the seeds of the Civil War. After what you did to Jirai, you annexed Crossbell and Northumbria, and now you're planning a war with Calvard. At the same time, you're working with a black workshop and trying to bring all the darkest parts of the world toward the surface. What are you... No. Why are you doing this?
It sounds as though you've figured a great many things out on your own. First, allow me to commend you for not being consumed by your false hero's title. Very well. I shall start with your first question. After I lost Kasha, I left you in Ymir, and 3 months later His Majesty bid me investigate the Hamel incident. Afterward, I went to negotiate with the Queen of Liberl. The Queen agonized over the decision, but I knew she wanted peace as soon as possible. Eventually, she agreed to the terms of the ceasefire. The noble officers behind everything, led by Lecter's father, were given the death penalty, and the 4 great houses were put in check, all in a single month. In recognition of my accomplishment, His Majesty appointed me Chancellor. I'm grateful to Teo. He accepted my request not to reveal anything to you, but at the same time, it meant I had to sever my ties to both you and him. As a revolutionary, taking on the 4 great houses, I needed to be on my own. I couldn't have anything holding me back.
So her name was Kasia, the woman who gave birth to me.
Once I became Chancellor, I crushed those who opposed me, expanded our railway network, and garnered even more power. Behind the scenes, I also made deals with Ouroboros and joined forces with the Black Workshop. After the incident in Liberl, I cut ties with the Snakes and robbed them of the Black Workshop's loyalty. Then, 2 years ago, I used Rufus to fell the Noble Alliance from within. And ultimately, I stole Ouroboros' phantasmal blaze plan right out from under them.
What even is the Phantasmal Blaze plan? And what are you planning to do with it?
By this point, it's safe to say Ouroboros' goal is no different from their gospel plan in Liberl. The acquisition of Adios' treasures, the Septarian. In Crossbell, they used the false phantasm to awaken the blaze in Erebonia. But the prize they seek is more than simply that blaze. This dark land once housed 2 treasures. The clash between the 2 of them resulted in the creation of the Great One. All the people, things, and history of Erebonia are inexorably entangled in its blessings and its curse. I'm sure you've been able to deduce that much from certain historical documents you've been reading.
What are you?
Pardon me, Your Excellency.
Oh, come on.
The Emperor is calling for you.
Claire, no.
Understood. That shall be all for now.
Come on. I was into that.
Wait! We're not done yet! There's so much more I need to ask. How did you survive being shot through the heart? Are you the same as the Jaeger King, the Steel Maiden, and Siegfried? Or does it have something to do with the scar on my chest and this power I have?
14 years ago, when we were attacked, your heart was punctured by debris. Kasia, your mother, she begged me to save you. So, I made the decision to give my heart to my son. That is the reason Crow Armbrust shot to my chest did not find its mark. I'll leave the rest for you to figure out. It's the same riddle I've given to the Ironbloods.
Wait, so in order to kill the Chancellor, you have to kill Reen?
Major, escort him back to the venue.
Are you kidding me?
Our gallant hero seems a bit disoriented at the moment.
There's no way that's true, right? That in order to kill him, Rean has to die? No, no. He took his clothes! Ash, what the heck are you doing?
A resin gun that fires gunpowder bullets? Can't be found by metal detectors. Everything falling into place like this is way too convenient. I don't like it. Well, I guess beggars can't be choosers.
But what type of demonic crap did he have to do to give Rean his literal heart? And how is he still
His
walking
Excellency
about?
isn't a normal person, but I believe somewhere deep down he still cares for you.
Huh?
Myself, Lecter, Millium, likely even Rufus as well. His Excellency has personally lent his help to each of us. It's possible he thought of us as a replacement for you.
Thank you. I'll try to sort through all this, somehow.
Rean! Instructor Rean!
Hello, everyone.
I heard His Majesty called you in to speak with him?
Chancellor Osborne as well.
You spoke with both of them?
Yep.
You're looking a little bit green around the gills there.
She's right. What happened?
I can't talk about it just yet. All I can say is that nothing is over yet, and something's about to begin. Once this party's over, can we all get together and talk?
Yes, of course. I think I can better explain what's going on behind the scenes now.
If time permits, I'll tell you all about my circumstances too.
We can come too, right?
Yeah, we're all on the same boat at this point.
You too, Toa.
Of course.
And I hit it before she said I'll be there.
Where's Ash?
Huh?
I don't see him anywhere nearby.
Wasn't he talking with you earlier, Kurt?
Yes, he said he needed to use the restroom, though that was some time ago.
Is it happening?